drive you everything, Bobby.
From the Chamonix High School in Langhorne, Pennsylvania, it's the PIAA State Semifinal Eastern Championship game. Hello again, everybody. I'm Bob Friedman, along with me, Tom White, and on the sideline, as always, with John Price. It's Central Bucks West Bucks versus the Parkland Trojans from District 11. Of course, the Bucks going through their regular season undefeated and then defeating North Penn, Norristown, and Abington Heights. Abington Heights in a big play game. A lot of big plays in that, Tommy.
Oh, yeah, great defensive plays by CB West. Dave Camber, 101-yard return. Sean Michael Janssen had a big punt return. So special teams defense and some offense that got going in the second half. CB West was kind of an easy game for him despite that first half.
Of course, the winner goes to Hershey to play for the state championship. Well, before the kickoff, they're getting ready. The team, you see a great crowd here today. We'll talk about the weather shortly. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back for opening kickoff. Don't go away.
Don't touch that dial. Run, don't walk. It's the largest selections of Subarus. Everything is happening right now only at A&T Subaru of Sellersville. Come in and test drive the Subaru Forester, rugged and dependable, or the cool, sporty Outback. A&T has large selections of Outbacks, Foresters, Imprezas, and the all-new 99 Sport Utility Sedan, all in stock now for immediate delivery. Stop in now and get the best deals on the planet. That's A&T Subaru of Sellersville, the best deals and selections on Subarus in Pennsylvania.
We are back and we are underway. A high, big kick going to the middle. Taken there by Edwards. He's over the 15 to the 20. Cuts outside of the 25, 30, 40. He may go all the way. Dave Edwards. What? Oh, what? That 27, I got choked up. Oh my, I got choked up on that play. My word, Dave Edwards takes the opening kickoff. Now, don't call the paramedics, folks. I'm fine. But again, Tom, the big plays, just as last week, starts off an opening in the middle. He cuts to the right and almost takes it coast to coast.
Gregory Nous was a guy who makes a touchdown-saving tackle. West with a great opening kickoff. Get the ball here, Bobby. About the 28-yard line. Special teams, big for him last week. Again, opening play, and they're rolling.
On 1st and 10, backs are in the eye, man in motion. Hand up goes to the big man, Dustin Picciotti. He's got 5 down to the 20-yard line.
You know, coming in, Bobby, everybody's talked about the offensive line against Parkland's defensive line. Probably the biggest guy on that line, probably mid 200 pounds. You talk about this West team up in the 270 average. You got Ben Carver there at 315. That's going to be the real test for Parkland today. They're going to have to send a lot of linebackers, get guys in the gap to try to neutralize that big offensive line. If they don't do it, they're going to have a long day.
2nd and 3, just underway. Bucks with the ball at the Trojans' 21-yard line. Officials calling timeout. No, West is calling a quick timeout.
And we got something to talk to
about
it at timeout. First of all, we had that kickoff for us was, Bobby, the opening kickoff, just so fast and quick, was sponsored by Nat's Family Restaurant. And that kickoff was brought to you the unofficial restaurant of CB West. It has been for over 20 years. Let Nat's kick off your next party with some of their famous hot wings, hoagies, cheesesteaks, and Italian specialties. They're located at 138 West State Street in Doylestown. That's Nat Family Restaurant. You see Mike Carey and Mike Pettin sitting in the huddle there, and Parkland has got to just be in shock right now. First play, kickoff return, and a first run from scrimmage, 8 yards.
Actually, this timeout taken by West may be good for the Trojans because it does give them a little chance to gain equilibrium. The coach has got to tell them, look, it's still nothing. You can keep it that way. But we've got to hold them here. On West side, I'm sure they just wanted to all be on the same page. After that 7-yard gain by Dustin Picciotti on the first play, backs now have a power look in the backfield. A split backfield, basically, with Picciotti the tailback. It goes to Dustin Picciotti off the right side. He's down to the 15 and knocked out of bounds at the 12-yard line. Dustin Picciotti, and that line is opening up some big holes right off the start.
And they come out in a split power backfield. Brian Buckley on the one side, and Angela Polina back in the backfield this time as a blocking back with Matt Carey. There they run short side of the field. They love that play, Bob. Buckley gets out front, kicks out the linebacker, and Picciotti gets the first down.
Parkland has been allowing 17 points a game, which is a fairly good amount compared to the 12 for CB West. On 1st and 10. Staggered backfield. Picciotti the tailback. And it goes to Dustin. Dustin's got 2. He's got 5. He's down to the 5-yard, turns around and breaks it down to the 3. Dustin Picciotti with a great run, showing power and agility there. As we've always called it this season, we're now into Picciotti Pike, if you will.
Picciotti Pike, we're on it. Ben Phillips comes up, makes the tackle, but he goes to his knees, puts his head down, only to hold on for dear life. Does Picciotti not twist out of that tackle and score? But right now, this Parkland defense is just really getting a taste of what the whole Suburban One has seen all year, that big offensive front.
And this big front line is doing a job. Power eye look. The handoff goes to Picciotti. He barrels down to the 1-yard line. He stopped there. It should be a first down, as they needed to get to the 2. But we'll see. Yeah, they give him the first down. So it's 1st and goal. Ball placed down at the inside the 1-yard line. Not only are we on Picciotti Pike, we're in Picciotti parking lot right now.
Right on the parking lot stripe.
Ball resting at the goal line. No score. 10-10 to go in this first quarter of this Eastern Championship game, PIAA semifinal game. Power eye look. No gas. Picciotti. Touchdown. Central Bucks West. And he made it look easy. Well, I'll tell you, I picked a great week to take off from doing the games. Naturally, Thanksgiving weekend, I had to be somewhere. It happened last year too, Central Dauphin. Last week I turn around, I see the replays. Oh my, there goes Camber in 101 yards. Oh my, here's an 84-yard punt return. Oh my, here's every play over 30 yards. And I didn't get to call him. Oh well, life goes on. Here, let's take a look at the replays. The extra point attempt out of Bill Stone's hole by Tony.
Look at the line search there.
Just there's a touchdown. You see, just a good push in. All he has to do is bring Louise in there. The kick by Tumbley, by the way, is good. And the score with 10:02 to go in the first quarter. CB West. Let's see what happened here. I thought they might be good. Maybe they said it was no good. I don't see the scoreboard sheet. Oh, there it goes. 7. There we go. CB West 7. Parkland nothing. The officials are getting together, having a chat at the field. Maybe they're just talking a little bit. I don't see any flags or anything like that. So now we're going to hope, if nothing goes wrong for Parkland, we're going to take a look at Parkland's offense. They're ranked 41st in the state with almost 33 points a game, as opposed to the Bucks almost 39 per game. And Tom, what do you know about it?
Well, they come in with Joe Fortenbaugh as the quarterback. Had a big year passing the ball, 1,600 yards, and double digits and touchdowns. They got a back that they didn't plan on this year coming in to be the big guy, Sean Blyler, who's had a big year, over 20 touchdowns. And again, he's the guy that's got to keep them in the game. It's probably their offense against West defense where they have a chance, because their defense against West offense, as you saw in that first series, might be a mismatch.
And as well, you also have to look for sophomore receiver Tim Massaquoi as well. Got a great pair of hands on him. At any rate, ball is lined up at the 40. Let's see who's kicking this. Yeah, it is Tumulty. I just was looking at deep end. It's going to be a short one, which has been the case for the Bucks. Taken by an up back, and he's brought down quickly is Terry Thomas, who got the ball and only got about 2-3 yards. They've been doing that all year long, that high, short kick. They don't mind giving up the extra yardage because the pursuit is usually very, very good by the Bucks.
Well, now we get a chance to see this West defense against the Parkland offense. The West defense, a great first half, I think, last week, despite the yardage they gave up, they didn't give up the points. Bend but not break team. And Callahan, number 84 in the middle, had a big week.
Fortenbaugh, and we're going to have motion on Parkland as the up back went a little bit too quickly. Maybe a little bit of a case of some nerves there, Tom.
Yeah, you get in that eye backfield, you're taught to roll up on your toes and lean forward a little bit. And sometimes if there's any little hesitation in the snap, you could be moving before that ball gets moved, and in that case he does, and it looks like it's going to be motion.
Yeah, not a bad gain. It was a pretty good 3-4 yard gain, but it's going to be negated by the motion penalty. You see the signal by the referee. It'll take it back inside the 25 to about the 22-yard line, and that is where the Trojan will take it first and 15. So, Fortenbaugh brings him up. Backs are in the eye. And the pitch goes, carrying it out, getting over the 15 and brought down at 20 and down to the 22-yard line there on the carry. Was Sean Blyler.
Bobby Bowser, 68, really had a great game last week on a defensive line spot. He's quick. He's got real good upper body strength. He was standing his guy up last week and pushing him into the hole. Not always making the tackle, but clogging up that hole. There again, he gets down the line of scrimmage and makes a play.
Gain of about 2 on the play, make it 2nd and 13. Fortenbaugh. Little motion. Handoff goes to Blyler on a counter play. He'll get about 3, take it over the 25 to the 26. He'll get the original penalty yardage back +1, so make it 3rd down and about 9 for the Trojans. And now we should see Fortenbaugh's arm for the first time.
Greg Kinsel back in the lineup out the second half last week with a hematoma on his leg. His leg is really taped up. He's in there. He makes the tackle on that play, and it looks like West 3rd and 10. Big first play for them here on 3rd down.
Wide, split wide to the left. Man goes in motion. That's Torney Anderson. Allen going down, tripping over his center is Fortenbaugh. He was going to roll out. It looked like it was going to be a bootleg, and he turned around, went down. Bad luck for Parkland. They will have to punt 3 and out. And Sean Michael Janssen, and we sure got a good look at him last week, didn't we? We'll go back along with Dave Camber, who we also got a good look at last.
Yeah, these two guys, big weeks, big plays on defense, special teams. Janssen with a big kickoff punt return last week. Here he is getting an opportunity
Camber,
again.
Of course, with the interception return that turned the game right around. Punter back deep at his own 13. Gets a low kickoff, depending on the bounce, should be taken by Janssen at the 37-yard line. He's up over the 40 to the 50, cuts outside. He gets, and he breaks free. He breaks free. Janssen cuts inside of the 30, the 20, and he's brought down to the 20-yard line on a touchdown-saving tackle by number 22, Bill Heinzelman. But Sean Michael Janssen almost broke it, and he did it all by himself.
He's got great courage. He got hit. He was almost taken to the ground. He almost had him twisted to the ground. Like last week, breaks the tackle, swipes at a defensive guy, gets the ball in the outside hand and down the sideline. A good heads-up play by the one Parkland defender to take him down. But it looks like 3 minutes have passed, and West is right back in that 20-yard mark of their own with an opportunity to put some more points up.
Mike Oriole, sophomore quarterback, leads his team over the ball. Now they switch to a power look right, now into the eye. And the handoff goes to Edwards. Edwards takes it. He's got 3. He's got about 4 down to the 16-yard line. Bucks will be 2nd and 6, and that line is just pushing Parkland back.
Well, people, you really want to watch a Division I player. Actually, this line, Joe Wilson, John Wilson, probably are all going to be Division I players. But Ben Carver, number 79, watch him. He's the guard on the right side. Watch him on his guy. He drove him 3-4 yards off the ball, and Edwards was right up behind him to get the yardage.
2nd and 6 after the 4-yard carry, ball down to the 17-yard line. Backs are split. Goes to Picciotti, cuts off left, sealed well, and then good pursuit by Parkland, but he still takes him down to the 11-yard line. It's close to first down. Tom, it looks like they've got nothing, but the big man, Picciotti, just keeps pushing the linebackers back and back and back, and he takes what looks like it's going to be maybe a 1-yard gain. It's a first down.
Ben Phillips held on for dear life. Up comes some other guys to help out, make the tackle. But West right now, you know, the talk was early in the week, how could Parkland neutralize this big offensive line? You don't have to do anything fancy here. If you get 3-yard surge from that offensive line, the back can get yards, and if he makes a cutoff, it could be 6.
Backs are split, man in the wing to the right side. Oriole with a long count, 1st and 10. Handoff goes to Picciotti. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage on a good play by Parkland as they gambled a little bit and made the play. A nice play by Parkland. See, it's number 35 in on the tackle. That's Matt Baber.
Baber and Phillips again in on a tackle. Good job. They got to get a guy up in that gap. That time they try to run back to the short side of the field, and Parkland had guys there to answer up. Big 2nd and 8 now for West. You got to come up with a way here and force CB West to try to throw the ball, put the ball in Mike Oriel's hand. I think they got to send a linebacker of some kind to try to get him in the backfield to break up these runs. Backs in the eye. Don't forget that wing-back counter that works frequently. This time, handoff goes to Picciotti. Busts it down to the 3-yard line. Dustin Picciotti had great surge off the right side. You know, Tom, we haven't had a chance. We talked about different things this year, but let me just point one thing out. Last year was a team of skills. Corey Potter, you had some great receivers, you had the big man Dave Armstrong, you had Warden, you had so many different, a lot of skill people. This year, this team has been dominated by the line. Absolutely. The line has been the stars of this team because the push has been just, I mean, they're great last year. They are greater this year. They are the stars of the team this year. Now a power look. 3rd down, 3, ball at the 4-yard line. Goes to Picciotti, busts inside, down, and touchdown! Touchdown! Central Bucks West. He was down to the 1, and he just nudged forward. And the Bucks, with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter, take a 13-0 lead over Parkland. You know, Mike Carey was quoted in the paper this week as this is the best line ever, and maybe the best player ever is Joe Wilson, big number 76, his brother John, 89 in there as well. That's an amazing comment out of Mike Carey. Not that kind of guy ever to get that far. That says a lot about these guys that are down there on the front. Stone puts it down, Tumbledy hits it, it's up and good. So with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter, score goes 14-0. CB West leading Parkland. Now I'm looking at some games here on Parkland. They lost 2 games. Of course, the one game lost 43-12, but the team they lost to certainly was no slouch. They're playing in the state championship as well. They won last night. Yes, they did. They beat Strathaven. That's Allentown Central Catholic. They beat them 13-12, but they beat them. I did. John Price, what you got for us down there?
The story's been special teams. A little bit of an overlooked factor from the CB West team. Everyone automatically thinks of them as the offensive or defensive juggernaut, but the special teams really have put them in great positions. On the flip side, you've got Coach Snizak. He has had experience against CB West before. He'd been an assistant at Allentown Durham High School in the mid-'80s where they scrimmaged Mike Pettin. He's got a tremendous amount of respect for him. He knew that Coach Pettin was going to come and basically just do what they do, run the ball right up the gut, and they have yet to be able to stop that. Of course, field position has helped quite a bit for West. He did also spend a year at Kutztown 5 years ago as an assistant head coach. Now he's the athletic director and head football coach here at Parkland, and they've had a great season. I'll send it back up to you guys. Bob, Tom?
Nice tie, John.
That's right. We don't even have to mention where that tie came from, do we?
No, we don't. Ventrescas, as always. We'll talk about that later. At any rate, Bob Tumbledy will line it up at the 40-yard line. See if he tries that high short one again, Tommy. Again, it's high. Again, it's short. And again, it'll be taken at about the 18-yard line to the 20 and brought down to the 23-yard line on a very short carry by Terry Thomas once again. But again, that high short kick just works. You know, we don't give a lot of credit. You talked about different people, the line, the defense, the skill. We talked about Bill Stone and how he does a great job. But Bob Tumbledy has really come on as a kicker this year.
Well, we were just talking. We were finishing the thought on the Allentown Central Catholic and Strathaven game. Field goal makes a difference. Special teams are huge.
Absolutely, absolutely it does. Fortenbaugh on first down. It's a wingback reverse. Taking the ball for short yardage on the carry. That's a play out of the Pettin playbook. Carrying the ball was Matt Krause. Did you see the North Penn game? I was at the North Penn LC game, the Miracle game. They did a screen pass at the end. Heike Johnson goes 64 yards for a touchdown with no time remaining. Did you see what Pettin Sr. said? He put it in the game last week, and they lost 4 yards on it. On second down, Fortenbaugh, first pass, gets it out to Krause. Krause is cracked down at the 33-yard line. He'll be close to the first down, though.
He's gonna be about 1.5 yards short. Nice ball by Fortenbaugh. He got it right out there. He does a nice hook, catches the ball. But a big third down play here now. They're going to be 3rd and 1.5. We talk about that Allentown Central Catholic team. They are a good team. I got a chance to see them play Archbishop Wood this year, and they beat Wood pretty good. Wood not the caliber team as one of these teams, but knowing that they beat this Parkland team that's in the semifinal. Says a lot about him.
On third and about 1 to go. Deep handoff goes and carrying, getting the first down yardage is Blyler. So it'll be the first down in the game. This is what Parkland needs to do. They need to reestablish. Again, Coach Snizik has got to be saying to his kids, look, it's 14-0, and realize that we still have 3 quarters and then some to play. Let's get ourselves together. Let's get some points on the board and show West that, hey, we're not here for no specific reason. We're here because we're good. Backs in the eye on first down. Fortenbaugh with a handoff to Blyler. Blyler carries. He'll get over the 40-yard line to about the 41. Gain of about 5. And I'll tell you, the Parkland line is not doing a bad job.
Good line surge there. Blyler does a nice job to get off the ball. Good start, and gets right up behind the center. Gets good 5-6 yards on that play. And as you said, Bob, down 14-0. They need some momentum back. They got to grab it back and try to get some points here, because they don't want to give that ball back to West, because they haven't been able to stop them yet.
2nd and 5. This is a passing look. Single setback, man in motion from the wing. But it is a handoff to Blyler, and he counters over the side, and he gets good yardage. He'll get the first down, and you see why he's one of the top running backs in the Allentown area, Sean Blyler. He would not be stopped either. He was stopped 2 yards, dragged the tackler along, and almost broke free. John Price, what do you got for us?
You guys are talking about Sean Blyler. You're right, he wouldn't be playing. What happened to Ted Heaps? He becomes Parkland's Wally Pip. Another play that player that they tried to put out there was Matt Krause. He had 500 yards rushing, 500 yards receiving. He's number 27, national cross-country runner. Back up to you guys.
Handoff goes to the fullback, and carrying for almost no yardage is Brandon Trait. So Trait, they try a little trick play there underneath, figuring that the Bucks would be looking for Blyler, but he goes into the teeth of the defensive line, who did a good job there. It'll be no gain on the play. In fact, a loss of a half yard.
Brian Buckley back in there in the center of that defensive line. Bob, we've seen him play in there as a sophomore, number 9. Good hands, good strength. Is able to control the center, make the play there, and good first down play for West defense.
On 2nd and a long 10, the backs are in the eye. Handoff goes to Blyler. Stopped and brought down after a 1-yard gain. I believe the initial contact was made by Angelo Polina.
Yeah, Polina's played some big, tough games. Last week had a big week. There he's able to knife in, good angle, almost gets the guy in the backfield. He's able to get it, fight forward for a yard or so.
I'm real disappointed that Farmer John hasn't given us a agrarian report yet. But I'm sure he'll do that for us. On 3rd down and about 9, passing look, single setback, back to pass goes Fortenbaugh. Is going to be a penalty against Parkland. Ball's knocked down. I think the back moved a little bit too soon. Again, I think you're going to see this go illegal shift, and it is, against Parkland. And I am certain that Coach Pettin will turn the penalty down.
Yeah, again, they have a nice little drive going. 3rd down, they need a big play, and they got an illegal shift here. That's going to hurt them. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty.
No, they're
going to decline it. They're going to decline it, make it 3rd down, and make it 4th down.
So on 4th down, they will have to punt again. Will Parkland. Now, the first punt was a low one that bounced right to Sean Michael Janssen, and what he did with it was magic. He almost took it all the way. Back to punt on the play is Sean Blyler, who is also the punter on the team. And again, Camburn and Janssen are the deep men for CB West. Now let's see if they put a rush on here and try and get the ball blocked. It's not. It's a line drive. It'll go over the heads and bounce into the end zone. The Bucks will take it at the 20-yard line, and this will be by far the worst field position for the Bucks in the game.
Well, this gives Parkland a little momentum, even despite being held up. The ball's going to be down on the 20-yard line, a little bit more turf to work with. But again, all West has done here is 3-4 yards at a pop. If you get 4 at a time, you go right down the field. You can't stop them.
On first down, we have 1:17 to go in the first quarter. CB West leading Parkland by a 14-0 score in this PIAA state semifinal championship game. Tom, it's December the 5th, and the weather, in a word, is spectacular.
It's been beautiful weather, yeah.
In fact, it's almost too warm for football. Counter look given to Edwards. Edwards breaks it out. He's got 5 or 6 yards. You've heard me talk all year long about how much I love Dave Edwards. Shows it there, finds the hole, takes a tackler a couple extra yards, gets a quick, actually looks like close to 8 yards, make it 7 yards on the carry, 2nd and 3.
Edwards figured in the program, maybe D back, maybe a receiver, has really come up big in that tailback spot for West. and just done great things last week. A big run for a touchdown to start that first half.
On 2nd and 3, handoff goes, no, it's a keeper. That's Bill Stone at quarterback. Stone takes to the 30. You wonder where Oriole is, but Bill Stone is the quarterback right now.
Ball carried by number 14, Bill Stone.
So Stone will be close to the first down. There's another one of the unsung heroes this year. Bill Stone has done such a good job on defense. He gets the first down, but he's in at quarterback right now, and I'm looking to see if that was for one play or where Oriole might be.
I think I see Oriole standing on the sideline.
I'm looking for him.
So what they like is they like Billy's toughness out of the run off of the dive. And I don't think Oriole's hurt at all, but maybe we'll see him back in the game.
Stone's certainly a capable quarterback, senior. Single setback. It's power eye look, actually, to the right side. It goes to Picciotti. He takes it over the left side. He's got 5. He's got 10. He's got 13 yards. Dustin Picciotti behind power blocking and great low to the ground running.
2 weeks ago, Mike Carey put Chris Havener, big number 72, at center. They had problems with snaps, like something over 15 bobbled snaps all year, and he's in there. You see Oriole going back in the game now along with Edwards, but he talked about how Havener going to center has solidified this line, and since he's been there, West has just really dominated everybody.
Oriole back in, backs her in the eye. Kinzel at the wing. It goes to Edwards. The ball's on the ground. Let's see who's got it. I think West recovered the ball. Little miscommunication on a handoff to Edwards, and it rolled dangerously free, but was picked up by Oriole. I believe it'll be a loss of yardage, but at least they'll keep the ball. No, actually, they'll lose no yardage. And that will end the first quarter. So we've come to the end of the first 12 minutes of this PIAA State semifinal championship game. And it's been all Bucks as they lead the Trojans of Parkland 14-0. We'll take a break and be right back. Don't go away.
We'll be back.
Don't touch that dial. Run, don't walk. It's the largest selections of Subarus. Everything is happening right now only at A&T Subaru of Sellersville. Come in and test drive the Subaru Forester, rugged and dependable, or the cool, sporty Outback. A&T has large selections of Outbacks, Foresters, Imprezas, and the all-new 99 Sport Utility Sedan, all in stock now for immediate delivery. Stop in now and get the best deals on the planet. That's A&T Subaru of Sellersville, the best deals and selections on Subarus in Pennsylvania.
The Barblin scoreboard showing the Bucks leading the Trojans of Parkland by a 14-0. Nobody does it better than Barblin Carpet One, family owned and operated for over 50 years. Call 348-8116 or stop by and visit for your free estimate at 640 North Main Street, Doylestown. That's the Barblin scoreboard, and you see it right now. The Bucks with the ball. Second down. Actually, they did lose yardage. 14 on the play. It is Bill Stone again. And you wonder a little bit if there might be a problem with Oriole's hand. You saw the handoff go as Stone will carry it outside. This offensive thrust seems to be slowing down a little bit, but you wonder if Oriole's hand is bothering him, or arm possibly, because he had trouble with the handoff. Now, Oriole comes back into the game. I don't know, maybe he's just shuttling plays in with quarterbacks, Tommy.
I think he's just given Billy Stone an opportunity, a senior, to play some quarterback. He runs that quarterback keeper very well, so when he comes in, it kind of gives it away.
Backs in the eye. Deep handoff goes to Edwards. Cuts outside. He's going to get the first down and maybe more. Oh, great block. Cuts him free. And Dave Edwards is going to go all the way. He'll go 62 yards for a touchdown.
Dave Edwards, he's come up big, real big the last couple of games. Last week we saw it first play, second half on the offense. There he gets outside, breaks a tackle, goes down a sideline. This guy has really come up big for CB West this year. Didn't count on him as a back. If you would have talked to him in the beginning beginning of the year, who's our tailback? Ortiz, maybe DiGiacomo, maybe a couple other names came up. No one talked about Dave Edwards, but he's the guy, and he has been the last couple weeks.
I'll tell you, I wish we had it. I'm not sure who put the block on downfield, but whoever it did should get an extra little helmet strip there, because it was a great block. The kick is up. The kick is good, but there was a downfield block that was absolutely spectacular. It set him free. You could see when he cut out to the outside, the blocking was all sealed up. Let's see if we can see it here. We're going to take a look at the replay. And you'll see Oriole now. Here's the handoff underneath. It'll go to him. Now you see right here, he's got loads of yardage. He's got one man to beat downfield. Let's see if we can see who puts the block on. Unfortunately not. I'm guessing, and only guessing, that it was number 89, John Wilson.
And that's an offensive lineman downfield block to make that play. And again, we got to give credit here to Van Tresca's full-service men's store. They bring us that replay.
Absolutely.
That men's store is just the look you're upcoming for.
It's wonderful. I'll tell you, I got a pair of shoes there. Allen Edmonds, they're absolutely gorgeous shoes. Len Van Tresca and his people do such a great job. And brought to you by Van Tresca's full-service men's store has just the look for your upcoming Christmas or New Year's party. Choose from hundreds of vests and ties, and all of the major brands of tuxedos are available for immediate on-site service and alteration. John Price has a Christmas tie today that absolutely brings the spirit of the season. Maybe warm here, but it's snowing on John Price's neck. Tumbledy will kick off with 11:13 to go in the second quarter. Now 21-0 after Dave Edwards' sensational 63-yard run for a touchdown. And the kickoff is brought to you by Nat's Family Restaurant on West State Street, 138 West State Street in Doylestown, Pennsylvania. The unofficial Bucks restaurant. A high short kick taken and almost out of bounds, carrying the ball and getting a little bit of yardage was Ted Heaps, but I'll tell you what, Heaps might have done well to let that ball go. It was going out of bounds. They would have gotten the ball in much better field position. Not bad field position as it is, Tom. But again, that high, short kick, Heaps gets it, gets about 2, and the kickoff returns have been minimal for Parkland.
Heaps coming in was supposed to be the tailback, as John mentioned in his sideline report. Got hurt, and Blyler's assumed that and done a great job.
Fortenbaugh, team now trailing by 3 touchdowns, gets to Blyler. Blyler will just get it back to the line of scrimmage. And you just see the Bucks starting to get more and more confidence defensively. They're getting penetration. Fortenbaugh is going to have to start putting the ball up in the air.
Polina had first penetration, and Buckley, also Callahan in there. This defense is just really hungry. They're well coached, well disciplined. Very rarely do you see them make a mistake. Up 21-0, 10:40 and counting in the second quarter.
Single setback, man goes in motion. That's Blyler. Pass goes, it's just naked screen. Oh, and Bill Stone kills him. Bill Stone just did his job as he always does and buried Krause. It was going to be a little side screen, and Stone held his position, beat his man, and absolutely buried Krause for a 4-yard loss.
Billy last week had big week against Abington High. Here, he doesn't bite on this. Here's the play out. As he turns, you're going to see Billy Stone turn right there. Good, wraps the arms and just keeps his legs driving. Look at his leg drive. He totally takes control of the play.
Thanks for the Van Tresca people for the slow-mo replay. Pass goes down the middle. Oh, and he had the man. Had the man, couldn't hold on to that. It was Tim Massaquoi, and Tim tried to get it in full stride. You know how that is. The ball was a little low. Tim had it. He also looked like he might have tripped a little bit, and he couldn't hold on to the ball. But I'll tell you what, he holds on to that. It's 21-7.
Yeah, right over the middle. Right, obviously, a little bit low, but he catches it. He's off to the races. 6'4", over 200 pounds, good speed. They're talking about him as a sophomore, as a Division I player already. Massaquoi there, he's gonna want that play back.
Overload on the right side for the Bucks. Here they come on the punt. Kick is away, and it'll go to Camburn at the 40-yard line. Has a little trouble holding onto the ball. Now cuts it up. He'll get it close to the 50-yard line. Dave Camburn gets the ball up to the 40-yard line, and the Bucks again will be in great field position. Let's talk about the weather really quickly. We were talking about it before. The temperature at game time is in the low 60s, expected to go to the mid 60s today. It's being cloudy. The sun is out a little bit. It is spectacular weather. As I say, almost a little bit too warm for football. We're looking at a game that's really like an early October day.
Well, you remember last year when you went out to Altoona,
All too well.
It was too cold.
Power eye look for the Bucks. It's a keeper by Oriole off a double fake. He's got a man wide open. Down. Oh, and he just couldn't hold on. Had the man open. It was Kenyon, and I think basically he may have turned around to run before he had the ball. But he was wide open. They did a play-action double fake handoff. Kenyon had slipped behind everybody and just couldn't hold on to the ball. John Price, what you got?
A lot of substitutions are going on today. One of them, some of them are necessary, and some of them are just to keep these guys fresh. One around here, you see Brian Buckley being attended to by Dr. Burmeister and Sean Kelly of NovaCare. Severe middle finger last himself out of the game. Hopefully he won't be gone. And I noticed Picchatti's been on the sideline a little bit more than normal. Keep these guys fresh, Bob, like it's hot out. Back up to Bob.
Indeed. Now on the counter, and oh no, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Great play by Paul Velikai. Leonson, who has been so successful at, and they were schooled well, was Parkland on that play. Velikai came in there and just buried Sean Michael Janssen for a huge loss. It'll make it third down at about 18 rather.
At the 43.
Just before Kenyon dropped the ball, a little bit of what happened to Massaquoi the play before. Both teams a little dropsies going on, and then a big play by Velikai there to put West back in a big third down play here, probably the most yardage needed for a first down thus far in the game for West.
So on third down and about 17 actually, Edwards goes into motion. Oriole rolls to the right. He looks. Doesn't have a man. Now he looks again. Now he'll cut it upfield and get what he can. And he's banged down after about a 3-yard gain. So Parkland has held the Bucks. The Bucks will have to punt for the first time in the game with 8:33 to go in the half. As he did the right thing, didn't try and put the ball up, got what he could get out of it, and he was knocked down after about a 3 or 4 yard gain. Make it 4th and about 13.
Tume Anderson, the safety for Parkland, good job. He had man-for-man coverage on Sean Michael Janssen, had him covered. That's who Oriole was looking for, and gets to play.
Good snap. McDonald with a short punt. Actually going very well. Great bounce. Look at this bounce. Inside the 10, down to the 5-yard line. McDonald with a beautiful kick. Not a real long one, but what a great bounce it took. And he sticks Parkland in a deep hole.
Coach Snickak, I saw him over there kind of throw his hands down. He's got to catch that ball in the air. If he doesn't, you see what happens. The ball rolls. He loses an additional 15 yards by not fielding that ball in the air.
Well, again, that's a case where you don't have a second back there with you to tell you what to do. He's got everybody up there trying to block the punt. McDonald gets the ball off very nicely, and he doesn't know what to do. He knows that he's inside the 15-yard line. He's got to let the ball bounce. It gets by him, and that's what happened. Handoff goes to Blyler. He's got great yardage out over the 15 to the 17. It'll be a first down for the Trojans. Really got off the ball. Good line surge by Parkland, and Blyler gets it out over the 15 to the 16-yard line. Big play for him after kind of a blunder, you'd have to say, on that punt. Well, again, you can't blame the kid back there because he's looking up at the ball and he doesn't know where the coverage is. There could be somebody laying right on him. If he catches that ball and gets blasted, the Bucks will pick up the ball. So he did the right thing in that respect because there's nobody there. When you see the Bucks, as we have some type of a break in play, when you see the Bucks go back deep, you have Camberg back there, you have Janssen back there, and they're talking to each other. Punt goes to one side, so you got, you got it. Right. Fair catch it, something like that. He's got nobody there, so you can't really blame him for it. Now Devin a passing look. Blyler lines up wide. They're going to try that counter, cutting it at the outside and getting some yardage before slipping down is number 27. That's Krause. So they brought Blyler wide, showed a passing look, and did a little bit of Mike Pettin's play with that counter off the wing back. It got about 3 yards on the play. Could have gotten more, but Krause just couldn't keep his footing. Krause, 5'8", 147 pounds. He got tackled by Big John Wilson, fell on him. I looked after he got up just to see if Krause was okay, giving up a big weight difference today. Well, let's take a quick break while the Bucks are taking a timeout. We will be right back.
3 generations, Barblin Carpets has served the Bucks County area with a wide selection of wall-to-wall carpeting, featuring famous names like Karastan, Lee's, and Cabin Craft, and their large stock ensures quick delivery by their experienced installers. Barblin also stocks a complete line of Armstrong, Congolium, and ceramic tiles, braided as well as modern and classic oriental rugs, and a complete selection of wood flooring, plus the area's only full-service workroom for repairs and custom orders. When it comes to flooring, trust the name people have come to for 40 years, Barblin Carpets.
Don't touch that dial. Run.
Weiler takes the ball on a carry and gets great yardage out to the 38-yard line. So, you know, you wonder one thing that you have to concern yourself with if you're the Bucks coaching staff, Tom, is the fact you've got a 21-0 lead. It has come easy so far. Parkland holds the Bucks. A great kick by CBWest down to the 5, and the defense just think, well, we've stopped them all along here. And Blyler all of a sudden shows his pedigree with two great runs, and they got a couple first downs out to the 38-yard line, 1st and 10. It is the wing back handoff again, and carrying the ball for short yardage is Kraus. He'll get it over the 40 to the 41 and make it a gain of about 3.
Kinsel in there along with Callahan on a tackle. Again, Kraus getting in there in that big defensive front. And even running hard at 147 pounds, he isn't able to break a tackle. But a nice concept of the play. They get about 2.5 yards on it, but they're going to need to do more than that if they want to get some points.
Single setback, wing back to pass, Fortenbaugh. Under a rush, he's going to go down. Oh, and he's sacked by a host of the Killer Bees.
Looked like the first guy there, Joe Wilson, 76, is able to get rid of his guy on defense, and he gets first guy to get his hand around Fortenbaugh, and a big play.
And a very
big credit to Joe this week. Mike Carey said the best lineman he's ever had.
Fantastic lineman. Good to see Brian Buckley back into the game too after the laceration on his finger. Now 3rd down and 10. Actually 3rd and 11. Another passing look. Fortenbaugh looks over the line, looks over the defense, goes straight back to pass, has some time, throws it deep, got a man. It's going to be too long for Kraus, as Kraus was defended well by Sean Michael Janssen. Actually, Kraus, he threw it long, and the ones who were closest were Camburn and Janssen, who will now go deep for punt receiving duties. And I'll tell you what, just after we talk about the Bucks took that timeout. I'm sure that coaches Patton and Carey stood there and said, guys, this game is not over yet. And you know that feeling, I do too. You get a lead, just sort of start to put it a little bit into neutral.
That's right, you got to be careful of that.
Blyler standing back at his own 25-yard line, good snap, gets it off, end over end high, going to Janssen. He'll back up and get it at his 17-yard line, cuts to the right side over the 20, tries to beat one man to the 25, gets it to the 30. I think we're going to have a clip or a hold, and I think the Bucks will be called for their first infraction of the game. It's a big yellow flag, goes out at about the 33-yard line.
Boy, Janssen gets one more block there, Bob. He could be down the sideline again. The ref would get the clip sign right there.
And there's a clip. It wouldn't have mattered. It would have come back. So the Bucks will be taken back to about, looks like the spot's about the 30. Looks like it's going to go back to about the 15-yard line. And the Bucks will start there again. Worst field position of the day, but they do have that 21-0 lead over Parkland with 5:04 to go in the half.
First down. Ball to 15.
Parkland, a good job last time. West moved the ball, but they stalled on the drive after a big play by Velikai, and then the incomplete pass. But West here, let's see if they can get it going deep in their own territory.
Oriole brings it up. It's a power eye look. Single setback is Dustin Picciotti. He gets the ball, carries it, buries himself into the line. He'll get about 3 yards on the carry, make it 2nd and 7.
Well, now Parkland has finally said to himself, okay, in order for us to neutralize this team, we got to get as many guys up on the line of scrimmage. They had almost 8 guys up there. Here's a place where you got a great opportunity as West to play action, Bob. You talk about that all the time. Fake it and throw it up. They had Kenyon open before. He wasn't able to hold on. Let's see if they come back to that same play.
On second down, a gain of 4 on the carry by Picciotti. And again, the power eye look. Everybody in tight. Now in motion goes Brian Buckley. And it is a handoff that way. And tripped off is Picciotti. He'll still get about 3 yards on the carry, make it 3rd down and 3.
57 Velikai on the tackle. Does a good job to try to slide off of Buckley's block, who comes in motion. Brian isn't able to get enough of him because Velikai does a good job to step inside hard and take away that inside hole that Picciotti was trying to get in, and he stops him. 3rd down play. Big play here, I think, for Parkland's defense. If they can hold, they could get the ball back in decent field position before the half and maybe get a shot.
Backs are in the eye. In motion. Goes Polina. It's a pitch to Picciotti. He's got the 1st down. He's got more up to the 31-yard line. Great play. Instead, everybody's expecting the handoff. Instead, it's the pitch to Picciotti. He gets the ball. You can see that the seal is right there. He's got the 1st down. All he's got to do is maintain his footing. He does that, carries the tackler for another 5 yards, and the Bucks are in business with 3:30 to go in the half at their own 30-yard line. Now you might see him put the ball up a little bit or try that counter play that's been so successful.
The picture was interesting there. I saw Bill Heiselman. He's the linebacker for Parkland down on the ground, very slow getting up, and he's been knocked down a few times. Just got to, at the end of this day, say, boy, I'll tell you what, they're big.
On 1st down, it's Edwards. Breaks a tackle, but can't quite get loose. He did a great job not to be knocked down in the backfield. He'll get him maybe a yard, and I'll tell you what, he worked hard to get that.
I'll tell you, Velikai, 57, this guy has been all over the field. He's made some big plays for Parkland today. There he makes it again. Holds him down for a yard gain, and Parkland's got to do more of that if they want to stay in the game. 2:45 and counting, Bob, in this 2nd quarter.
Bucks now with the ball, 2nd down and actually 9 rather. Backs are split behind Oriole. Now in motion is Ortiz. Rolling to the right, he's going to be buried. As the lead tackle, let me see who that was on the lead there. Looks like number 76. That would be Jack Fott.
William Whitney also there, number 56 as well. Just as Oriole came out of the bootleg move, it looked like he was going to bootleg, maybe try to set up the pass, and Whitney was right there for him. Now big 3rd down and 13 for him. And Parkland is really starting to gel a little bit on defense, taking away the run a little bit from West here, forcing them to throw the ball.
On 3rd down, Bill Stone checks in at quarterback.
Wide side of the field, this side. Look for him to roll this way, run that flood pattern, give him the option to run or throw.
Too much time.
Flag on a play.
Too much time is going to cost him 5. The back judge with the umpire with the call. He is the clock keeper. And it'll go back 5 yards. So now it'll be 3rd down and about 18.
5-yard penalty. 3rd down, 18.
Stone will stay in at quarterback. And he will call the play. Edwards and Picciotti are the... Edwards actually wings out to the left side. Picciotti is single setback. Stone rolling to the left. He's going to be brought down. As coming in to make the play on a great defensive play was Nick Jarecki.
Jarecki, nice job. I don't know if somebody just didn't block him. They obviously must not have, because he was in the backfield as he came out of that roll. Somebody must have not known who to block, because he came free right away, and there's a timeout. And why don't we talk about a timeout?
Everybody's been talking to me about it in the booth. It's a Domino's timeout. Sponsored by Domino's Pizza. Call for your piping hot pizza. Also available for school, business, office party, fundraiser delivery. And don't forget, gift certificates are available. My mouth's watering, but not because of Domino's. It's time for the Ventresca Sideline Report. John Price with a Christmas tie. What do you got?
Thank you very much to Norristown head coach Roger Grove down on the sideline here for the game. You're a longtime coach. You faced this West team a lot. What are your impression about what you've seen so far in the first half?
Well, I think it's a typical West game, ball control, keeping the clock moving, get ahead, make you want to, give you trouble trying to come from behind. Typical game for them, and I think they got, they're exactly where they want to be.
if you're Coach Sneezak for Parkland, what do you think that you need to come out and do in the second half to get back in this ball game?
I think he's got to open up a little bit with the passing game and make him cover the whole field. You know, throw the ball deep a couple times. I think the misdirection has hurt West a little bit. That's good, but he's still got to extend the field. You know, make him cover the whole football field. Okay, guys, Bob, Tom, I'll send it back up to you for the action. Thanks a lot to Coach Grove.
Low punt. Thanks Roger Grove, and thanks John Price. The low punt was taken by Blyler. Good return, but there are 2 flags on the field. This is not good news for Parkland, I believe. We'll see. We'll see what we've got here. Now, Parkland called a timeout, and it is a clip. It is against Parkland. Parkland called a smart timeout. They figure if they can get the ball, come in, score them some points, they have the ball in the second half. They receive the ball in the second half. So it's like, it would be like 2 unanswered possessions. So Parkland, you got to think is going to start filling the air with football. You heard Coach Grove say they got to put the ball in the air. They got to open it up. Blyler's a great running back, but Fortenbaugh is a solid passer, and he's got some people. We saw Massaquoi almost take it all the way. He's thrown for almost 1,400 yards this season. Many of them, too, Tim Massaquoi, on first down. Fortenbaugh straight back to pass. Has some time, throws it short, and almost intercepted. He was intending the ball to go to number 44. That was Ben Doble, his tight end, but he threw it a little hard, a little behind him. And I'll tell you, he was fortunate not to be picked off.
Well, not only fortunate not to be picked off, but not to be sacked. The West front line, Buckley, Wilson in there, just really getting their way through that pocket and making Fortenbaugh move his feet before he throws. There he's moving him, trying to get it away, and wasn't accurate.
Single setback, man in motion, back to pass. Fortenbaugh under a rush, throws a short middle screen, and not fooled on the play, making a nice play was number 84, Brian Callahan. And how many times have we called his name on big plays during the year?
He's had a big year. There again, Polina in his face.
Without setting it again, she could wear it down, she could put it up. She was thrilled.
I have never had this much curl, bounce, body to my hair before, and I've made 3 skydives.
3 skydives today?
Ah!
Back in the Chamonix High School, Langhorne, Pennsylvania. Bob Friedman along with Tom White and John Price. We're almost ready for the second half kickoff, which will be sponsored by Nat's Family Ristorante. This kickoff will be brought to you by them, the unofficial restaurant of the CBWS Bucks for better than 20 years. Let Nat's kick off your next party with some of their famous hot wings, hoagies, cheesesteaks, or Italian specialties. Now, they're located at 138 West State Street in Doylestown. That's Nat's Family Ristorante. Tom, it's Parkland getting the ball to open the second half, and you got to feel that they almost have to score on this possession. They've got to do something here, otherwise it's going to be, it could be a real long second half for them.
Well, it's interesting. I watch them line up here on the kickoff. Blyler has actually moved over from the deep spot over to where the number 30 has, that's Terry Thomas, and they've pooched it over there. Now let's see if West picks up on it before he kicks the ball. If he don't, he's going to kick the ball right to Blyler, who's in Terry Thomas's spot.
Well, I think they've been successful in doing what they've had to do. I don't know that they'll necessarily do that. If they do anything, they'll kick a ground ball or a line drive straight up the middle. But we'll see now as Tumblety prepares to kick off. He will be kicking to the white-shirted Trojans of Parkland. He hits it, and he does hit it high, and he hits it pretty deep. Tommy, you got it right on the head. And it's taken at the 10-yard line, out over the 20, and Kabu! His ride is cut a little bit short there on the play. Let's see who is on the tackle.
That's Andrew Esseling, number 20. He's at that defensive end, the quick defensive end that's had a big year for West. Comes down, bam, hits him straight up, takes him to the turf. And looks like Parkland's going to start right here on the 25-yard line.
Heaps on the return. But it'll be 25-yard line for Parkland as they open this second half, trailing 21-0. Handoff goes to Blyler. He's going to get nothing. He may lose a half a yard as he was cartwheeled right there on a great tackle by number 84, and that, of course, is Brian Callahan.
Callahan's playing that linebacker spot. He's just following the play. He's going to slide over, step up in the hole, stay square, wrap, take him down. Actually gets a yard loss. And that defensive line for West, they're going to move around. You're going to see them adjust the formations. Right now, they're still.
On second down, play action pass going over the middle. It's tipped nicely by Kinzel, and the ball goes over the intended receiver, who was well guarded as it was.
You talk about defense and discipline. There, as soon as the ball goes up, you hear guys on the defense yell ball and pass. It goes up in the air. I'm sorry, first they yell pass, then ball, and hands up on the defensive line to tip it. Even Kinzel, the linebacker, hands up. And again, just little things that they do so well make a difference.
Rolling to the left on third down is Fortenbaugh. He throws, got Kraus. Kraus catches the ball, but Janssen hits him, and it depends on the spot if he's got the first down. I think he's going to be about a half a yard shy of the first down.
Well, I'll tell you, it looks like maybe the nose of the football. If you look across the field, the stick is on the 36-yard line, and they're giving it to him. I'll tell you what, Mike Carey's saying he's got his hands out like this, saying, come on, I want a spot. He didn't give it to him, and now he's going to yell and get Joe Wilson back in the game. But I'll tell you what, in a close game like that, when a coach asks for a spot, you got to give it to him.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a questionable spot at best. Let's put it that way. On first down, Blyler gets the ball. He's got about 3, pushes his way before Greg Kinzel finally slows him down at the 40-yard line, be a gain of about 4.
Chris Drzelecki, number 77, the guard for Parkland. Good drive off the ball. Fullback makes a block, and Blyler's able to get upfield for 4 yards. Make it, 4 yards. A good play on first down.
On 2nd and 6, again, the backs are in the eye. Power look to the left side. Now man goes in motion. That's Ben Doble, goes to the right side. And up goes, no, it's that end around again to Kraus, and he's got a lot of running room before DiGiacomo brings him down after a gain of about 9.
Yeah, good angle by Phil. Kraus, good play fake by Fortenbaugh. It shows Blyler coming the other way, and they counter back with Kraus. He has an extra guy out in front this time, gets a kick-out block, and Kraus is able to get out to about a yard short of the first down. But Phil DiGiacomo, we talked about him last week and the big throw he had for a touchdown. There he's able to take a good angle and use the sideline as the 12th man to make the tackle.
Sort of a free play here. It's 3rd and 1, I beg your pardon. And it's going to be Blyler, and he's going to get the first down and then some. So the first down, 2 straight first downs for Parkland, who have shown some ability to throw and run with the ball. And as we mentioned, they have got to put some points on the board on this possession, because you know the Bucks are going to be tough in the second half on offense, holding on to the ball. John Price, you have an injury report. What do you have?
Ryan Blomgren has not checked into the game. However, he is available for Coach Patton, according to the coaching staff. Back up to you guys.
Thank you, John. So on 1st and 10, the handoff goes on the counter. Give to Blyler, and he's going to get big yardage again. Looks like he'll have another first down for the Trojans.
Parkland looks like they went back to the locker room, Bob, and tried to find a spot in the defense to try to exploit it. Right now they're going between the center and the guard, trying to get where West generally plays their tackles outside the guard, maybe head up on the tackle, so that inside play is very vulnerable. Looks for West to put an extra defensive lineman down maybe to try to counter this run game they got going.
So they'll measure for the first down. I think they've got it. They got it by a good half length of the football, and they do. So the Trojans with the first down, 9:12 to go in the 3rd quarter, 21-0. Central Bucks West leading Parkland in this PIAA state semifinal championship game, actually the Eastern Championship, if you will. The winner will play the Western champion. And then hand off to Blyler. He barrels ahead. Oh, is it Blyler? Let me see. No, it may have been... Yeah, it was Blyler on the carry. I thought they might have given it to the upback, who was Brandon Trait, but it was Blyler. He'll get about 2 on the carry, make it 2nd and 8.
Center Rick Hillman, great job on that time. Fired off the ball, got a great block on John Wilson playing over the nose and drove him off the ball. Made that play.
2nd and 8. And it's the counter give going to Kraus, and he'll get some yardage, 3 or 4, and he'll roll a little further, and he'll get actually 5 or 6 yards, depending where they give him the spot. It'll make it 3rd and about 3.
Right now, Parkland coaches got to be pretty happy. Whatever the strategy was coming out of the half, it seems to be working. I think what they're doing is, again, they're trying to take away that inside part of West defense, which tends to be the strength. Out comes Billy Stone, in comes Polina. They're going to get an extra guy down on that line of scrimmage.
I'll tell you, play action pass would work right here. See what happens. Parkland, backs in the eye. The handoff goes to Blyler. He'll get the first down. So they want to make sure. They want to get that ball down there. What they're trying to do, it looks like, Tom, is they're trying to say to West, hey, look, we may be smaller than you. We can play this game, too.
Playing a 4-4-3 before. Now they've gone to kind of a 5-3. West has getting that extra defensive line in there. Right now they look for Mike to try to send somebody to try to take away the play early in the backfield. So look for Ryan, Callahan or one of the other linebackers, maybe Kinzel, to shoot.
Goes to Blyler, cuts to the left side, and he breaks a tackle, and he'll turn what could have been a loss into about a 4-yard gain. Blyler doing a nice job cutting between tacklers.
Blumgren's back in the game. John was saying that he had a headache, maybe he wouldn't play. Ryan is one of the toughest kids I've ever been around on a football field. He's back in the game, headache or not. He's ready to play, and look for him to make some plays.
Brother, of course, great quarterback Travis, now at Penn State. Backs are in the eye, second down and about 6. Handoff goes to Blyler, breaks out of the pack, he gets to the outside, and there's a flag down. This is going to come back, folks. I think we may have a hold. I think we may have a hold.
It's in that area, right around the end second. As they got around end, the flag came in.
It could be a mask, too. Let's see what we've got here. It's a mask, and it's against West.
Face mask against West.
It was right in that area, so they probably grabbed on the mask. So Parkland is going to get another half the distance of the goal line tacked on. It'll take it down to about the 8-yard line. So they're at the 15 now. They're going to take it down to the 7.5-yard line, and Parkland will be in tremendous field position. First and goal, the ball at the 7.5, and for the first time in the game, West is seriously challenged.
Right now, they're just running the ball, just basic stuff. There they ran a little sweep outside. Blyler did a good job to cut it up after he got to the corner and got the extra yardage first. Looks like first and goal. They're trying to get some points.
On first and goal, Fortenbaugh brings him up. It's a handoff to Blyler. It breaks inside the 5 to about the 4. Second and goal, a gain of about 3.5 on the carry. And at that kind of a pop, they'll be in the end zone in a couple of plays, as that offensive line is doing a great job for the Trojans.
Really firing off the ball. That time, that extra guy in there on defense. Out comes Polina. In goes Chris Havener, the big guy, 6'5". About 275 pounds. So West getting some beef in there, trying to neutralize this run.
Second and goal, the ball just inside the 5 at the 4. Fortenbaugh with a man in motion. Gives it to Blyler. He's got it sealed. Oh, and a great tackle by Ryan Blumgren.
I'll tell you, he's got great heart. There he just dives at his feet and is able to take Blyler down. Blyler is going into the end zone. It's a touchdown if he doesn't trip him up there. Again, the little things, the little extra effort that you got to make on defense to make big plays. Ryan Blumgren right there. We talked about him coming in, headache or none. Dives, makes the play. Great little play. They send Trait in a little shuffle motion, gets outside the end, and he makes a nice block.
On third and goal. It's a handoff, it's to Krause. He cuts to the outside, and he's brought down deep in the backfield by Dustin Picciotti at the 11-yard line.
And they teach as a linebacker to keep your outside leg and your outside shoulder free. That's what Picciotti does. He has a guy in his face, stands him up, and as he tries to get outside, bounce outside, does Krause. Picciotti, shoulder and leg outside, makes the play and shoots in and wraps him up.
Dustin Picciotti says, hey, you are on Picciotti Pike. Get out of my road. He brings him down outside the 10, and now Parkland wants to talk about it. They want to go over some things while they're the timeout. A reminder that we are the timeout sponsored by Domino's Pizza. Call for your piping hot pizza, also available for school, business, office, party, and fundraiser delivery. And don't forget, gift certificates are available. Tom, a great stand thus far. If you're Parkland, you got to look and think to yourself, well, gee, do I want to go in the end zone? I've got a couple of guys who can kick the football. I got to come away with points here. You got to come away with positives. Now, although I don't know that they would call a timeout just to kick a field goal here.
Well, last week we talked about it. Abington Heights early in the first half, we're down there. Now this is a different situation. They're 4th and goal at the 11. The other one was 4th and 1, and everybody questioned the field goal. You're down 21 points. You've got to go for a touchdown here. You're in a state playoff game, the semifinals. You got to get points, not field goals.
In some respects, Tom, it really is kind of a little bit of a break. It deepens the field for Parkland, for Fortenbaugh to throw the ball. We'll see what happens here. They are going to go for it on 4th and goal. Back to pass, Fortenbaugh throws the fade pattern in the end zone, caught for a touchdown. Caught for a touchdown by number 1.
Tommy Anderson.
Tommy Anderson.
And you know what? It looked like, and I saw the coaches at the west side, looked like Tommy might have kind of pushed off a little bit, but I'm going to tell you, he makes a great effort. The referee doesn't make that call. He goes up highest point, catches the ball, and it's a touchdown.
And the reason
you got to love the call
is because he had the position. He had the position. You're not going to do that on that. It's a good non-call. It's a great catch and a wonderful throw by Fortenbaugh. And with 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, the kick is up, the kick is long, the kick is good, and with 5 minutes to go, the Barblin scoreboard shows you that Parkland has dented the scoreboard. That was Gregory Knaus on the extra point. Let's take a look again. We'll take a look at the play. Now here goes, this is the Ventresca slow-mo replay. It's just a simple fade pattern. He's wide, he's open there in the end zone. Janssen doesn't have the position. He throws it perfectly. Touchdown, Parkland. Now West has got to come up with some answers.
And credit to Tommy Anderson. What he does is it looks like he takes a step at Janssen right before the ball arrives and comes back to the football. That's what makes the difference in the ball getting knocked down and not catching it. And he did a great job to go highest point, kind of turned his shoulder just enough to ward off Janssen, and catches it for the touchdown.
Now Knaus will set it up at the 40-yard line. Now let's see if they try the high short kick, because they've already seen what Camburn and Janssen can do. And Edwards is the one who returned the opening kickoff.
Well, you know, West has kicked away from the weapons from Parkland, right? Now you wonder if Parkland will kick away from Janssen and Edwards. Although Camburn, if he kicks it to him, could go the distance as well.
He hits it deep. He'll hit it and it'll bounce about the 10. It'll go to Janssen, gets it over the 20, cuts outside to the 25, inside to the 30, breaks it to the outside, and is brought down at the 35-yard line. Sean Michael Janssen, another great kickoff return.
Great effort. You got to love his heart. Just chugging, getting hit, twisting, turning, everything he can to try to break a tackle and maybe go with it. But Janssen, you got to love this kid.
Now the Bucks have got to put a little bit of a statement of their own up as the ball was held for 7 minutes by Parkland on a great opening drive for the second half. Well, Mike Oriole brings the team up over center. Picciotti the up back, Edwards the tailback. On first down, the handoff goes to Edwards. He's got 2, he's got 3, he's got 5 yards on tough running by Dave Edwards.
He gets 4 yards. Tim Heilselman, number 22, in there on the tackle. This guy is just really, him and Velicoid, number 57, really active on that defense. Like to make tackles and wrap you up. There he does a good job to get down the line of scrimmage and get a hold of them. But Bob, you get 4 or 5 yards on first down. That is tough. That's big. That's tough to stop.
Backs are split on 2nd and 5. Wing to the left side. Pitch goes to Edwards. He's tracked down. No, he's breaks free. Cuts to the outside, and a touchdown saving tackle is made on the play by Adam Legath. Otherwise, Dave Edwards is gone.
What happens is they had 6 or 7 guys on the line of scrimmage. There's 2 or 3 linebackers. Even the safeties in the corners were up at probably 6 or 7 yards. And Edwards is able to bounce it to the outside.
Well, I think everybody on the field thought that Picciotti was going to get the ball off that formation.
There you see.
The pitch comes out, and you see Edwards.
Got the ball on the outside hand, fights off that first tackle, and is able to fight for extra yards. You're going to see Legath come into the screen right at the end and make the tackle. And a good play.
And now Picciotti goes into the line. He'll get about 2 yards. Let's keep in mind an earlier play off play action when they passed the ball down to Kenyon, and it was a good play. It just fell incomplete. Keep that in the back of your mind. I would not be overly surprised somewhere in the second half to see them run that again. On 2nd down and 7, a gain of 3 by the big guy Picciotti. Now we have a power eye look with Picciotti in the tailback position. And it does go, no, it's a keeper by Oriole. Oriole cuts inside, got a lot of room to run, needs one block, gets it, but it's knocked out of bounds again by Lagath, and another touchdown-saving tackle at about the 27-yard line.
They like Billy Stone's ability to run the ball just a little bit better than Oriole. There you see his ability to get up the field, get the first down, and gets out of bounds. West is rolling.
John Price, what did you got there?
Tom, you were just about to mention it. Bill Stone is in the game and has been used in the spot substitutions just for that reason. It gives West a little bit of a different look and a little different strategy against Parkland back up top.
Oriole now at quarterback. Split backfield. On 1st and 10, the ball at the 27-yard line. It goes to Picciotti. He's got 5. He bowls over a man and gets inside the 20 to the 17-yard line.
Yeah, he just runs over the D-back there. Just a quick hitter. Sometimes you get that power eye up there. That time they split the power eye and they run behind Buckley. Buckley gets a block on Velikai, and Picciotti one tackler away from getting in the end zone.
They say his knee touches the 18, so the ball's 2nd down and 2 at the 18-yard line. On 2nd down, you got to think Picciotti will carry the ball, and he does. Pardon me, and he's got the first down. He breaks inside the 10, cuts to the left of the 5, the 3, touchdown, Central Bucks West.
Great run by Picciotti. You talk about running with your eyes. The last time he ran, the cornerback Fay came up, he had his head down, and he was able to just kind of submarine him and make the tackle. That time, as he got into the secondary, he lifts his head, runs with his eye, makes a little cut back to the inside, at the 5, gets hit, but dives into the end zone. Great effort by Picciotti. But what can you say about this offensive line? Wilson, Havener, the boys up front just doing it.
They are the stars. Bill Stone hold, Bob Tumblety with a kick. The hold's good, the kick is low, but the kick is good. And with 2:28 to go in the 3rd quarter, it's 28-7. CB West extends its lead. They need, I said, they needed to make a statement. Now here goes Parkland. They get the opening kickoff. They take the ball 75 yards. They take 7 minutes to do it. A lot of huffing and puffing. Do a great job. Don't get me wrong. A tremendous play on a 4th and goal. And then CB West comes back, and in just a little over 2 minutes, we'll take a look at the replay for the touchdown. This is what happens. You're in Picciotti Pike.
You see him run over Fay there. He's got the ball. He's trying to run behind Buckley. There's Matt Carey getting a block. Kinzel's in there. And right here at the end, he's going to try to run over the D-back, but he dives. What a great effort. Gets the ball across the stripe for 6. Great effort. I tell you, it's tough. It's just tough down there on that offensive line.
2 minutes and 22 seconds. They go 65 yards. And I got to say, Tommy, they made it look easy.
Made it look easy.
They really did. All plus yardage. Parkland had to feel like they were really getting back into the game. Now they got their work cut out. They're down 3 touches one more time. But don't count this Trojan team out. They've got a real solid pedigree here. Tomley will line it up again. Blyler is lined up at the 20-yard line as the Nats family Ristorante kickoff once again. Getting hungry with all this food. Nats, Domino's, and everything. This time it's a low kickoff. It'll be taken to the 15-yard line. Cuts it up to the 20, the 25-yard line, and gets to about the 27-yard line. Does Heaps before he's brought down. I think there was Heaps on the carry.
Heaps looks like maybe that ball went down on the turf, but they're going to give it back to him down by contact to the ground. And Parkland obviously got to do it again, Bob. The thing that they did wrong in their first drive was they took too much time. They got to get quick points. Well, they took off 7-8 minutes on their drive.
Roger Grove said it. They've got to open it up now. They've got to throw the ball. You've got 2 minutes, 21 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, and then the 4th quarter. Here's a pitch to Blyler. Blyler will carry it, but he'll get about 3 or 4, and that's not going to get you the 3 touches that you need. I know you need to set things up, but you've got to put the ball in the air. Fortenbaugh has shown he's got the arm, and his receivers certainly have the ability. I haven't seen Massaquoi since that one drop early in the game. He's so dangerous. You've got to watch out for him.
You're right. They've only really thrown him the ball one time. Big target, had a big year. To get him back in the game, he's got to be the key.
Massaquoi lines up wide left here. But it's a handoff again to Blyler. Blyler will get yardage. He'll be close to the first down. He'll be about a yard shy, but it still serves to melt time off the clock. And when they take the handoff, when they do have the 3rd down play, there'll be less than a minute and a half to go in the 3rd quarter.
Isn's probably thinking, let me try to get the ball maybe up to midfield before I try to put the ball up in the air. But again, you're right. The clock is against them right now.
At this point, they've got to be pulling out the stops. Backs are in the eye on 3rd down and short. It's a handoff to Blyler. Blyler will have the 1st down. Clock will stop to move the sticks. We have 1:16 to go in the 3rd quarter. Central Bucks West with a 28-7 lead over the Trojans of Parkland. By the way, in case we're not aware of it, Parkland, of course, from the Allentown area, from the Lehigh Valley area. District 11, producing some great teams. Allentown Central Catholic, Whitehall, Deerhoff over the years. This is just another one in the long line of great teams. Again, the counter to Kraus. This time they got him. This time they ran it one too many times. Kraus ran into a host of defenders recognizing the play.
I would have thought maybe on 1st down, after or right there, he maybe a little play-action pass, put the ball up in the air, but he comes back to that counter. And as you said, the clock running now under a minute. He's got to put this ball up, down 3 scores. 3 scores just to tie the game. Obviously, with a 2-point conversion, he could get closer.
I would be the most surprised person in the stadium if he doesn't throw this time. And I'm the most surprised person in the stadium because it goes to Blyler. They string him out. He'll get 3 or 4, but that'll be it. And all that will do will be to serve the clock to just about run out. We're under 30 seconds to go. Questionable whether Parkland will get another play in the 3rd quarter as the clock now running inside 20 seconds. Central Bucks West and Parkland trading scores in this 3rd quarter, and if it ends this way, it'll be 28-7 at the end of the 3rd quarter. Inside 10 seconds now, it looks like they're just going to run the clock out. So we have come to the end of 3 quarters of play. The Barb Lynn scoreboard will tell you the story as time does run out. At the end of 3 quarters, the score, Central Bucks West 28, Parkland 7. We have 12 more minutes of regulation to play. Parkland with the ball. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
For 3 generations, Barb Lynn Carpets has served the Bucks County area with a wide selection of wall-to-wall carpeting, featuring famous names like Caristan, Lee's, and Cabin Craft, and their large stock ensures quick delivery by their experienced installers. Barb Lynn also stocks a complete line of Armstrong, Congolium, and ceramic tiles, braided as well as modern and classic oriental rugs, and a complete selection of wood flooring, plus the area's only full-service workroom for repairs and custom orders. When it comes to flooring, trust the name people have come to for 40 years, Barb Lynn Carpets.
Starts to fall here at Neshaminy High School, and the pass is thrown. It's completed to Massaquoi. He's got some good distance. Let's see what there's a penalty flag down. Massaquoi inside the 20, steps out of bounds at the 17. Let's see what the penalty flag is. Let's see what we have here. There's a flag right up at the line of scrimmage as the play started, and let's see what we have to call. And they're walking back. This doesn't look good for Parkland. They're not happy. It's an illegal shift. He moved too soon. Illegal motion, moved too soon. So that big gain to Massaquoi is negated by the illegal shift. And Parkland just shoots himself in the foot. Instead of 1st and 10 at the West 17, it now will be 3rd down and about 12.
Yeah, he was wide open. Good call. He just comes across the middle. It's kind of a pick play where he comes up and then crosses in front of a guy and comes across the field. It's a tough play to cover because you're dropping the safeties on the play, and as they're dropping, he's running underneath, and he's so big and fast, catches the ball, and again, the penalty kills him.
On 3rd and 12, Fortenberry has him at the line of scrimmage. Kraus in motion. Back to pass goes Fortenberry. He's under a rush. He's going to go down. Brian Buckley's got him.
And that's one of the things that's hurt Parkland in the first half. They weren't able to get him any protection. Their ball looking downfield. Again, you're going to think it's a coverage sack because you have guys doing a good job in the secondary. He's looking. He had a little bit of time, but it was gone quickly, and he has to eat it. He does a good job actually to eat it and not throw it away and make a bad play.
Helena flushed him out of the pocket. Buckley finished him off, and Blyler will now punt with 11:15 to go in the 4th quarter. If this is actually a punt, let's see what they do. Blyler gets it. He does hit it. It's a high spinner. It'll be taken by Janssen at his 26-yard line. Gets over the 30 to the 35 to the 40. Brought down at the 44-yard line, and haven't these special teams done a job?
What a great block. He's running off the field. He's so pumped up. Number 62 for West. What a block. Frankie peeled back and just absolutely laid out one of the punt guys for Parkland, and he was so juiced up about it. You got to love it. That's football. It's the finest.
Absolutely, absolutely. Ball at the 44-yard line, and haven't they done a great job on these punt and kickoff returns? I'm telling you.
I'll tell you, it makes such a big difference to catch the ball in the air and get what you can out of it, and he does that there.
Split backfield. Handoff goes to Dustin Picciotti, and he'll struggle and get 3 or 4 yards, melting the clock down. 10:50 to go in the fourth quarter.
There, that big offensive line, big surge, even with the 7-8 guys up on the line of scrimmage by Parkland. West is still able to muscle out about 4.5 yards on that play. And again, Bob, you said it right there. You see a shot at Mike Carey in a gold sweater, Mike Pettin in the hat. Two guys have been the guy.
A lot of Bucks history right there.
A lot of football knowledge right there.
Absolutely. They've forgotten more than most of us know. Backs in the eye, wing to the right side. 2nd down and 6 after the carry by Picciotti. Kinzel goes into motion. Pitch goes. That's Chris Ortiz. Ortiz takes it outside. He'll get about 4. They'll be about 3 yards shy, 2 to 3 yards shy of the first down. Chris Ortiz, here's a kid who's had a tough season that could end with a big smile on his face. He started out, he got hurt early, came back in, gets a concussion. He's been given limited playing time. He sees the ascension of Dave Edwards coming in his place, comes in there, and all he does is his job.
Well, great courage, because he's got a big knee brace on that knee. He's not 100%,
absolutely,
but he's out there playing. You gotta love it.
3rd and 3, ball inside Parkland territory again at the 49-yard line. Long count. It goes to Picciotti. He's got the first down and then some. That huge line just pushing. All you need to do is keep your feet, really. You saw the push. The closest defensive lineman was at the 45-yard line. You knew that Picciotti just had to hold the ball and keep his feet. Of course, then he gets the ball. When he hits the line, he'll push it back for another 2 or 3. 1st and 10, ball at the 43-yard line. Inside 9:20 to go in regulation. The Bucks are that close to going to Hershey. Split backfield again.
It's tough to get the ball back.
Oh, ball's on the ground. Bill Stone's in a quarterback here. Stone does a good job to pick the ball up. Little center quarterback problems there.
That's kind of problems you have when you're alternating that way. But I think he just trying to trying to get that handoff real quick to Picciotti, drops it. But he's done a good job.
He's done a tremendous
Stone,
job.
you know, he came in, he was the senior kind of coming in as a quarterback, and they pick Oriole over him. But what a great contributor to the team on defense. He's helped out everywhere you can imagine on this team. You gotta love it.
Holder for kicks, he's tremendous. He does a good job everywhere. Power eye look on 2nd and 10. Oriole back in at quarterback. Gives it to Picciotti. No, it gives it to Picciotti. I'm sorry. I thought he may have gone back to pass. Picciotti, though, gets a few yards. He'll get about 4. Make it 3rd and about 7. Clock continues to run. When we run the next play, there'll be under 8 minutes to go in regulation.
Well, here's the decision now. Do I put the ball up, try to run and get it on, you know, maybe 2 runs, because you're over the 50. You have an opportunity. Even though it's 7 yards, you got 2 plays to make it, or you take a chance here and put it up.
No, I think you're running. If you don't get the first down, you kick it and stick them deep.
Make them go the distance.
Backs are split. Stone the quarterback. He's got the ball himself. He'll carry it and he'll lose yardage. And I think you're going to see the punting team come in here. I think they want to stick them deep and make them go. Because if they don't get the first down here, it's a short field for Parkland. They only have to go 60 yards. They punt the ball. Worst case scenario, if there's only gets a punt off, you know, you're going to be going longer than 60 yards. It goes in the end zone. It's 4. They have to go 80. And if you get a punt the way that McDonald did the last time, which is a spectacular punt, you give it to him down at the 5-yard.
A little different look that time. A little reverse bootleg. That time he looks like he's going right. He reverses back and comes left. Tries to cut up field. Matt Babber, number 35, did a nice job to shuffle down the line of scrimmage and stay where he had to and make the play.
They've stopped play, but the clock is continuing to run, 7:10, and I don't know what's going on here. I think they're going to have to stick some time on the clock. Oh, no, I see what happened. The Bucks took an intentional delay of game. That's why the clock ran.
5-yard penalty.
Bucks took an intentional delay again. Couldn't figure out why. Nobody was moving. Nobody made any kind of signal, and the clock continued to run. But that was it. CBWS takes an intentional delay of game. So single safety back there is, I believe that's Blyler. They're going to come at him. Gets it off. It's a nice kick. Blyler will take it at around his own 12. Drops the ball, and the Bucks, I think, have got it. The Bucks have got the ball back. Recovering the ball for CBUS number 50, and that's Matt Showalter on the recovery.
Actually, Janssen under there with Showalter actually came up with the ball, but I think you're right. Maybe Showalter was the guy that initially got it. He might have taken away from him, his own guy on the bottom of that pile. But that's a huge turnover. CBUS, great field position. Here we go.
Let's take a look at it again. You'll see him come up for the ball. Now, he's doing what he has to do. He's got to make a play here. He's got nobody to help him, and goes right through him. You see it there. Now, there's nothing but killer bees coming up at him. And here you see him diving. They go after. You'll see Showalter here. The ball still laying on the ground. And there you are. Yeah, it was Cameron on the recovery.
Janssen, actually, saw him stick his arm out and pull it in.
So Oriel, a quarterback, gets it to Picciotti. Who else? Gets it down inside the 15 to the 10. I think they've extended Picciotti Pike out to the 15.
Yeah, it's out to the 15 now, but they're just straight dive off of that power eye. He runs up in there, gets about 4 yards, and I'm telling you, you win a lot of football games getting 4 yards on first down. It's not pretty, but it's
you're a coach coming to face West, you're thinking, thank God, after 4 years, no more Armstrong. And then you see this kid coming at you, he's every bit as big and strong. And we'll be back next year. On 2nd and 5, it's a keeper rather by Bill Stone. Stone gets it inside the 10. He'll be about 3 yards shy, and again, we are now officially into Picciotti Pike.
Nicholas Jaracki, number 61. Good job. That DN stands up his guy and shuffles down the line of scrimmage to make the tackle. Also in there is Heinzelman again. This guy, 22, has been on a ton of tackles today for Parkland. Good, aggressive, not a big guy, 22. I'm going to give you his size. He's in there, Bobby, at 5'8", 180 pounds, playing linebacker against this line, and he's tough to block. He gets off blocks easy.
On 3rd down, Howard looked to the left side. It's to Picciotti. He's off the right side. He barrels down to the 5. He'll have the first down. Dustin Picciotti again taking that walk up the pike, and he's got it down to the 5-yard line. Should be a first down for the Bucks, and it is. 5:33 to go in regulation. CBUS with a 28-7 lead.
5 yards.
So now there's going to be a timeout called by Parkland. And while we have a timeout, we're in the timeout sponsored by Domino's Pizza. And call for your piping hot pizza, also available for school, business, office party, and fundraiser delivery. And don't forget, gift certificates are available.
Looks like we got some stats here. Our RCN guys in the booth helping us out here today. Picciotti, 129 yards and 23 carries, having a big day. But again, Bob, we talked about it all game. That offensive line, Havener, John Torr, Bobby Bowser, the 2 Wilson brothers, John and Joe. Guys have done a great job. Matt Carey, the quick end. Those guys.
John Price is in the crowd. John, I knew you'd get there sooner or later. Who you got?
I love these people. This is the CBUS band. It's a vocal and supportive group for the team here, and I'm standing with
Andrew Johnson.
And what year are you?
I'm a senior.
And what instrument do you play?
I play trumpet.
Not only do the football players have an extension of the season, but the band does as well. What does that mean to the band to be able to follow the team?
It means a lot. We enjoy coming out here and supporting the football team and just out here having a lot of fun.
All right, well, I think we're going to have to wait until Wes flip-flops over on defense to hear the band play, but I'll hang around here until that happens. Until then, back up to Bob and Tom.
John, I knew you'd get up from the stand sooner or later. John, I want to hear you play a tuba before this season ends. At any rate, Dustin Picciotti, who else, carries the ball down inside the 3-yard line. Clock moving inside 5:10 to go in regulation. 28-7, the Bucks leading Parkland in this PIAA state semifinal game. The winner, of course, gone for all the marbles next week in Hershey. On the 3-yard line, they hand, it's a fumble, and Oriel does well to pick the ball up. So now it makes it a 3rd down and goal, as again, they were looked like he was just a little bit anxious, wanted to get the ball over to Picciotti quickly. The snap was up there, and he just didn't come away with it. However, he gets the ball, gets only about a half a yard loss, Tommy.
Yeah. And it's interesting. He comes over to the sideline, and Mike just kind of throw their hands out like, what happened? But I don't know. Maybe you look for Edwards or Stone here on this play. Out comes Buckley, in comes Edwards.
I think it's Picciotti. I think it's Picciotti. Oriel's a quarterback, but He's been your go-to guy all year long. Now, they may pitch. They do have that look, Kinsel, and too much time. Now you may see something different. The Bucks took too much time, melted the clock down to 4:07, but it'll make it a 3rd down and goal, and the ball will move back to the 8-yard line. So now you might see some wide motion. I would say inside the 5, you're definitely going to Picciotti, but now, even though you're in his territory, you're in 3rd down land right now, and that, you might want to give it to one of your Colts.
Well, I think what you might see here is Oriole roll to the wide side of the field. We're gonna get a timeout here, so they're gonna think about it after that too much time.
And once again, we're in a timeout sponsored by Domino's Pizza. If you haven't done it already, for goodness sakes, why haven't you? Call for your piping hot pizza. And remember, it's also available for school, business, office party, and fundraiser delivery. And don't forget, ho, 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 it's Christmas, it's Hanukkah, it's Kwanzaa, my birthday's coming up shortly. Gift certificates are available.
I know I'm going to buy you a pizza for your birthday.
Hey, it's a big birthday for me, Guy.
Is that right?
I hit a 5.
Hit a 5?
I'm 5 years old.
5 years old.
Stick a 0 on the other side of it.
You look good for 5.
I look good for 100. Want to say one thing while we have the timeout. Folks from RCN are next to us. They have been very kind to us. See, here we are. Hello, hello, hello. The folks at RCN, Dick Tracy and all the people there have been great to us. They're giving us stats all day long. Couldn't ask for better neighbors. They've really been kind to us. Want to dish out some thanks to the folks from RCN doing a great job. They're, of course, from the Allentown area, doing a wonderful job, and we appreciate all their help today. But back to the matters at hand. It's 3rd and goal, ball now at around the 9-yard line. Now the backs are split. Wing to the right side. Oriole. Rolls to the right. He's going to look. He's going to throw. He's going to get a man. It's a touchdown. Sean Michael Janssen on the reception. And folks, let me give you a little bit of auto advice. Get on the putt, go to Route 78, go west, take it to 81 south, and get off at the Hershey exit. You're going to the championship game, gang. Once again.
Better book those rooms at the Hershey Hotel right now, because it looks like they're going. Good play by Oriole. Good patience. He gets outside. Just a little flood pass. They had a guy in a flat, one guy in the back of the end zone, one guy middle, and he just threw a dart. Hit him right under the armpit for 6.
As Tumblety will go for the kick out of Stone's hole to make it 35. It's a high snap. Great job, but the ball is blocked. It'll be 34-7. We'll maintain there. What I want to mention, at the beginning of the year, Oriole came in. He was a good young quarterback. His passes had a little flutter to them now and again. Didn't always get where they wanted to be. They're a little short at times. Good passes, but just a little bit off. That pass showed the maturation of a quarterback. That was where it had to be. It was on a dime, and it was a bullet.
You're going to see this guy get better and better as he, only a sophomore playing on a big-time program team like CB West. Michael does a good job there, as we said, rolled out and just was very patient, let the receiver get open. Actually had a guy in his outside shoulder, threw the ball back to his inside so it couldn't be knocked away. Michael, good job there, and what a great year he's had.
Absolutely has, and once again, Central Bucks West appears to be about 4 minutes away from getting a chance to go for an unprecedented 2nd straight state championship. No team has won 2 consecutive state championships. The Bucks will be looking to capture their 3rd championship since the game was started. This will be their 5th championship game. Excuse me, their 4th championship game. My apologies. Tumblety lines it up at the 40-yard line. At this point, really doesn't matter who he kicks to right now. He hits it. He hits it high. He hits it short. It's taken to the 20-yard line by Blyler, cuts it to the outside of the 25, gets to the 30, and is met by Tumblety and a host of other tacklers. And once again, a reminder, this kickoff is brought to you by Nat's Family Ristorante, the unofficial restaurant of the CB West Bucks for over 20 years. Now let Nat's kick off your, if you can't make it to Hershey, kick off your championship game party with some of their famous hot wings, hoagies, cheesesteaks, and Italian specialties. They're located at 138 West State Street, Doylestown. That's Nat's Family Ristorante. We have a timeout right now taken by the Bucks. I think they're going to get some fresh faces in there, Tommy.
Yeah, good opportunity to get guys in this game right now with 3:54 to go to say, hey, I played in a state playoff game, and this is a great way to do it. You get the defense over on the sideline, and you just one by one say, okay, you're out, and I'm going to put this guy in here, and you're out, I'm going to put this guy here. And it's a great way instead of trying to shuffle around all at once to get them in. So a great timeout, and they're getting the young guys in.
John Price, you got that 2-ball on yet?
Yeah, we're back down here with one of the trumpet players. You guys are going to Hershey?
Yep.
What number can we look forward to next?
What are we going to hear now?
All right, let's go.
I want John, you got the tuba right behind you. Get that tuba on!
They wouldn't give me a triangle.
John tried to learn the kazoo, but couldn't figure out the notes, so that happens. John Price, good job. He's right in the middle of the crowd. John, dance for us, guy. Let's get John Price, see if we can get him to dance for us a little bit.
Get a shot of the West cheerleaders doing a great job.
See the cheerleaders, Parkland. By the way, we do have a football game going on here. Back to pass goes Fortenbaugh. Oh, goodbye. Damian Smith, Mr. Late Game himself, comes in with the second team. You're going to see a lot more of Damian Smith next year. He is a quality player. And here he comes. You see, he defeats the block. What a great play by Damian Smith. Loss of about 6 on the play, make it 2nd and 16, clock running inside 3.5 minutes. Did we get John Price dancing in there? I didn't see
I think I saw him dancing a little bit.
I don't know. At any rate, second down, about 16 yards to go. Fortenbaugh goes back. He'll throw it deep. He's looking for Massaquoi. Throws it high. It's out of bounds and too long. Good coverage on the play by Phil DiGiacomo, as well as Matt Barrett, as they had him double teamed. Massaquoi had no chance to get the ball. This kid is a big kid, though. He is he's 6'4", 195, only a sophomore.
Yeah, they're saying that he's already had some looks by some Division I people. You just look at him, he just looks like an athlete. You look at his legs, just really defined, and going to have to keep that name in mind as the next couple years develop, see how he does.
So on 3rd and 16, ball down at the 26-yard line. Fortenbaugh back to pass again. Steps out, throws it over the middle. He's got Massaquoi. He's got the first down at the 45-yard line. So Parkland will get a fresh 4 with 3:06 to go in regulation. And they got to move along now. And you got to wonder a little bit why they didn't try this a little bit sooner.
Nice pattern. He runs right at the D-back and then cuts real hard across the middle of the field. Phil DiGiacomo makes a good tackle on a good big receiver.
There you go. So they're going to try the middle screen. They get it to Trait. Trait won't get much. It's well defensed on the play by number 43. That, of course, is
Justin McConnell.
Our punter. Everybody's playing. Tumbley makes a tackle. McDonald just makes a great tackle. I'm telling you right now, good job. Back to pass. Short pass to Massaquoi. He'll step out of bounds, getting the first down yardage to the 45-yard line.
There just does a little down and out, catches the ball. Looks like it's going to be closer first down. It's on the line. Looks like the stick's on the line. I'm going to say that's pretty close for. They're going to give it first down.
Give it to him on visual. It is. Looked like where they put the spot, the nose was well over the line. So they're going to give him the first down. He stepped out of bounds, stopping the clock with 2:39 to go in regulation. Fortenbaugh has the call from Coach Snisick, and he'll bring his team up the line of scrimmage. He'd like to at least put one more score on the board to make some kind of a statement of authority. Sound like Nuke Lelouch there. But rolling to the left, long pass, got a man downfield, a little bit too long. Intended for Toomey Anderson, who scored the touchdown earlier in the game for Parkland, but it was too long and the defense was right there with him. Matt Barrett was in on the coverage, doing an excellent job. Another name, another unsung hero, a senior, 5'11", 195 pounds. He'll play one more game.
Andy Schmidt, good job on the coverage. He's a safety, just gets as deep as he can. As long as the quarterback has the ball, they teach you to get depth. So as long as he has it, I'm getting deep, deep, deep. And even though Toomey runs a good pattern, he's there, the ball's overthrown, and good coverage.
Single setback man in motion is Kraus. On 2nd and 10, back to pass. There's a penalty flag down. Ball is completed in the middle. And carrying the ball for first down yardage is Ben Doble. But let's see what the flag is.
Doble, nice job, kind of sitting on the tight end spot, little delay pass, kind of 1,002, 3, and then he releases. Good hit on a quarterback, number 26.
Absolutely.
For West, Steve Haupt.
Steve Haupt, but again, the penalty, we have to see what the story is. And a face mask, so it'll be offsetting penalties, and the play will be run over again. Steve Haupt, another name well known to Central Bucks West people.
Yeah, Tommy Haupt, who for years was that tough guy in the middle of that defense.
So, instead of the big gain, it'll be a 5-yard penalty. Parkland has shot themselves in the foot, negating some big plays with penalties, timing penalties, motion penalties. And you know, when you get to this level, you just can't do that, Tom.
Nah, you only have a little opportunity sometimes to shine, and if you don't take advantage of it, it'll disappear.
Back to pass is Fortenbaugh.
Good job by Matt Barrett to close on that play. Massaquoi catches it, but Barrett arrives just as the ball does. Good job by Massaquoi to hang on, and they keep this drive going.
If this were a closer game, they'd have been screaming about a holding penalty because Damian Smith was just dragged down, but they let it go with 1:57 to go. He throws it across the middle. He's got a man. Ball is not able to be held by Massaquoi. Would have been a circus catch if he'd have made it anyways. Behind him and low. Came down, couldn't hold on to it. What that does is to serve to stop the clock with 1:53 to go in regulation. The Bucks well in command, 34-7, on their way to Hershey for the championship game. Parkland desperately trying to put another touchdown on the board if they can. Fortenbaugh leading them out over the ball. Remember, they are a young team. I got a funny feeling we will be seeing them in playoffs, deep in the playoffs next year.
Got Jarrett in the game for West.
The pass is thrown, intercepted. Intercepted by Weston, coming up the sideline and carrying up towards midfield is Drew Tillman, the senior, 6 foot, 190-pound cornerback, steps up, takes it, and folks, just as I got choked up at the beginning of the game, I choked up here, there's a flag on the play, let's see what it is.
Drew Tillman, good job. He gets in his zone over there on the flat and just gets that ball. Senior, great thrill for him to catch that and take it the other way. Drew Tillman, a good baseball player.
Yeah.
Was the quarterback, really touted as the quarterback, and I think this year spent a lot of time with baseball, and you should see this kid pitch. He's got a great arm.
Well, that's his future, but I'll tell you what, he looked like a center fielder there, picking the ball off, and a little frustration penalty on sportsmanlike conduct called against Parkland will serve to move the ball down well into Parkland territory. The ball go down to the 43-yard line where the Bucks will take it with 1:43 to go and can simply run out the clock at this point.
Now in at quarterback for West, number 24, Ted Kenyon.
Ted Kenyon is in at quarterback. Saw his dad at halftime. He's got to be proud as Peacock right now. Kenyon running the offense, split backfield. Handoff goes and carrying the ball for not bad yardage, actually. It looked like he was going to be stopped cold, but Justin McDonald.
Justin McDonald does a good job to get it upfield, keeps those legs chugging.
And it'll keep the clock chugging along, too, at a minute 25 to go in regulation.
So let's see, we get some of these guys that are in the game now for West. Doug Bode, number 80 in there, number 70 in the game. Josh Antunes in there. We'll get him as we go. Matt Barrett at halfback.
Backs are in the eye. Kenyon with a pitch wide to Matt Barrett. Barrett breaks outside. He's got one man to beat. Can't quite get past him at the 29-yard line. Tackle made on the play by number 83, Matthew Skravic.
Phil DiGiacomo in there at wing. Good block on his guy. In there, Showalter, number 50. He's at center. 51 in there. Jeff Mitski, number 51. And you said Ted Kenyon in there at quarterback.
Well, I butchered that name. He's Matthew Skravic on the tackle. And even though he's not in the Doylestown our viewing area, I wanted to make sure we get it right. I butcher enough names in my lifetime. I butchered Smith on occasion. Kenyon in the quarterback, though. Backs are in the eye. It goes to Phil DiGiacomo. DiGiacomo won't get much, but we're inside 30 seconds to go in regulation. And, folks, that may well be it. I don't know if they're going to have time to run another play.
Drew Kent, number 60 in there.
Second down.
The
Bucks have their helmets above their heads. They're yelling to the crowd, and the crowd's yelling back again. Take Route 78 West to 81 South. Get off at the Hershey exit. You're going to the championship again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that is it. The Central Bucks West Bucks are going back to the championship game. Team comes to the middle of the field to congratulate one another, and folks, I'll tell you, it's tough to win a championship. It's even tougher to go back, but they're going back, and they're going back to Hershey, Tom.
Well, I'll tell you what, we talked about it at the beginning of the game. It was West offensive line against Parkland's defensive line, and it never really was a match. West really dominated that part of the game, and even Parkland, who stopped them a few times before the half, right after they scored in the second half on about a seven-minute drive. In about 2 minutes, West put together a drive of their own and just really iced it with that drive.
Well, you see the Barblin scoreboard. Nobody does it better than Barblin Carpet One. Family owned and operated for over 50 years. Call 348-8116 or stop by and visit for your free estimate at 640 North Main Street, Doylestown. The scoreboard tells the whole story. The Bucks with a 34-7 win over Parkland to go to the state championship game. We'll take a break and be right back. Don't go away.
Here, Kitty. If you love cats, then Kitty's got a surprise for you. It's the Kitty Cat Collectible Watch, now available in a limited edition. Look how the curious kitty watches alertly as the mouse scoots around the clock's face, marking each second with quartz precision time. Press this button and hear Kitty meow. It sounds just like a real kitten. Plus, you'll love its rich leather band and brilliant gold case. It's sure to delight cat lovers of all ages. You've seen similar watches that don't make a sound sell for $39, but now you can get the Kitty Cat Collectible Watch, complete with a collectible tin case, plus a certificate of authenticity, all for only $19.95. We guarantee the accuracy of your watch with an unbelievable 50-year refund policy, not available in any store. So call now to own the Kitty Cat Collectible Watch, and with the press of a button, you'll be the cat's meow.
To order, call 1-800-451-3900 or send check or money order to Kitty Cat Watch, P.O. Box 3007, Wallingford, Connecticut 06494.
And we are back in the Neshaminy High School in Langhorne, Pennsylvania, where the Killer Bees, the Mighty Bucks of Central Bucks West, are going to the championship game once again, courtesy of a 34-7 victory over Parkland. You see that final score on our Barblin Carpet One scoreboard. Barblin, 640 North Main Street, Doylestown, Pennsylvania. Bob Friedman, along with Tom White and John Price. John has got an interview with Bill Stone, one of the unsung heroes. I want to hear what Billy has to say. John?
Yeah, put lots of great games together. And
John, we're going to have a little bit of sound trouble with John, so hopefully we'll be able to get Bill in a moment. We're just breaking up a little bit. We're all breaking up a little bit. A great performance by the Bucks all the way through, from beginning to end. The very beginning of the game, the tone was set. Dave Edwards comes up, almost goes coast to coast, Tom. Bucks going for a quick score, hold them to 3 and out, going for another quick score, 14-0. Parkland makes a few moves, but then the game breaker. The game breaker, once again, Dave Edwards.
That's right. Dave Edwards goes about 50, 60 yards for a touchdown around the end, broke a tackle, good blocking, and I'll tell you what, that really sealed the victory, 21-0 at that point.
I think we've got John back. Let's see if the sound's a little better. Bill Stone and John Price. Go ahead.
Hopefully you guys can hear me now. As I was saying, Bill Stone, among other West players, have been able to step it up towards the end of the season. Bill, yourself, the last couple games have been playing great, and a couple other kids.
Yeah, I mean, they decided to put me back in the lineup. I mean, I lost my job. I wasn't playing up to par. And they put me back in, and I decided that now if I wanted to step up and play, it was the time. So, I mean, I put in hard work, and here we are back in Hershey.
You had a huge interception last week, and you made some great tackles, disciplined play, and you're a great open field tackler. But this week you added the dimension of offense. When did you realize you were going to be more involved in the offense?
Well, Monday practice came around, and Coach Pettin came up to me and said that Mike and I would be getting equal reps because he'd been struggling a little bit. But, you know, he did the job today, and Yeah, they think that the two-quarterback offense is going to provide some trouble for the teams, and in the first half, Parkland really had no idea what was going on when I came in.
Yeah, you gave him a great look. How difficult is that to step into a game when you're in the Final Four, you're playing for the state playoffs, and yet you haven't taken snaps on a regular basis all season? Were you nervous about it?
I was not nervous about it at all. I mean, last night I was lying in bed thinking about it and just thinking about how great it was to be here again, and I wanted to get back to Hershey, and nerves didn't get to me.
Huge congratulations to Bill Stone and the rest of the Bucks. Bill, thanks a lot for joining us. I'll send it else down.
Good job, John Price. John is always getting the good people to talk to. Maybe if he gets a chance, we can find Dave Edwards before he leaves the field, because I'd love to have a chance to talk to him, because he was one of the true stars of this game. We were talking about that.
He really came on at the end of the year. We talked about it beginning of the year. Wasn't probably really penciled in at that tailback spot, but he's just done such good things throughout the year, and you just can't keep him out of the lineup. He makes one big play after the other, and the thing is, he's playing well on defense as well.
Absolutely. And where the Bucks came really to play, absolutely doing some spectacular work, was on the offensive and the defensive line. I mean, one play after another. You saw the push with the Wilsons, the whole crew there. You can't dish out enough praise to what they've done. They have been the stars of this team this year. The unsung heroes, no, they are the sung heroes because they've done such a super job. The Bucks took a 21-0 lead at the half. Parkland did what they had to do. They came back, as you see Coach Pettin talking to some of the reporters. They came back, they did the job, they scored a touchdown. They took 7 minutes to carry the ball into the end zone. A penalty put them back, but showing their grit. A nice touchdown pass goes to Tommy Anderson. Big touchdown. And then the Bucks get the ball. After all that huffing and puffing, 2 minutes and 22 seconds later, Bucks have the ball in the end zone, and it's suddenly 28-7. John Price, you have Mike Carey. Mike, it's going to be a big night at the NBI.
Yeah. Pretty nice night at the FBI tonight. Huge domination on the part of to get ready and get ready for Hershey.
Well, the first drive, when Edwards broke that kickoff return and we came right out and started pounding them, and Bob will know, as a football player, you're always trying to measure the first couple of hits. Turned right, first couple. We thought, watching him on film, we could move the ball on them offensively. We knew our offensive line did not come to play last week, nor did a lot of guys on the team. We were very concerned defensively. I thought the effort was great. Obviously, it makes it easier when you gather a lot of points early and it puts some pressure on them. But I don't want to slight any of the teams in our league. They were the best team we played all year. Watch them on film, they were just awesome.
Hey, John.
What did you do differently on defense this week? Because this was a game that was for them.
We ran about 70 different variations. We did a lot of situational defenses. I think you saw us running people in and out, and computers did a great job. I don't believe we've ever had a game where the tendencies, I knew every play, and we had met with our team. We put a lot of hours in here, and John, you as a former player know what we do behind the scenes. We from on every play. So that really made it helpful, and hopefully they won't hear it. But we were there. Did finally get a pass rush, which we had for weeks. So great effort. But the offense, I think the key to the game is right there. We controlled the ball, mashed them, got a couple of key scores, and now they're on their heels.
Coach, for joining, and a huge congratulations to the team, and we look forward to seeing you next.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, John, good job as assistant head coach Mike Carey. Again, a major part of this team. The Bucks going to the state championship. We're looking over some of the years past. Of course, last year up at Altoona, the Bucks beats USC 27-21. Previous to that, they were in the championship game. They lost to North Hills 15-6 on a heartbreaking defeat in the last seconds of the game. And then, of course, they won the state championship in Mansion Park in 1991, beating Erie Cathedral Prep, who may be the opponent next week as I believe it's going to be the winner of the Newcastle Erie Cathedral game. We don't know who that is as of this point, as you're watching, and I'm sure you do. But at any rate, it will be in Hershey. And before we finish off, I just want to say a few things. I'm not sure if we'll be able to do the game. There are rights that have been granted to a station, and unfortunately we may not be able to do. But I want to put a personal note in here if I can. Just before we finish out, maybe John will get somebody. If not, I just want to say my words here. People in the Doylestown, the Central Bucks area have been so kind to me over the years, and I appreciate it. We've had an opportunity to run into people. I didn't do the game last week. A couple of people came up and said, hey, where were you? You're the voice of Central Bucks West. Well, it's a nice thing to say. There are a lot of people who do these games, but it's nice to be recognized. And I want to thank every one of you. I mean, the idea here is that the kids are the champions no matter what happens. Whether it's Central Bucks West, whether it's North Penn, whether it's East, whether it's Penridge, whether it's Ben Salem, William Tennant, whoever it might be, Quakertown, Penridge, the kids are always the champions, and I really enjoy doing these games. I do it it's a lot of fun to do, and I want to thank everybody. Tommy White, your final words.
Just a great year for West. One more game. I know Coach is probably on the way home is going to say we can't celebrate yet, but what a great opportunity to see these kids play and how hard they work. You know, success is a choice, and West makes that choice in August, actually in probably March when they hit the weight room. Probably the most serious weight program around with Joe Hallman and his gang. They do a great job. And, you know, you see these kids that come in at sophomores as 235 and leave at 275. It makes a huge difference, and Parkland can tell you about it today.
So for all the people who brought you all the pictures today, well, you'll see them on the roll in a moment. Thank you so much from Neshaminy High School field in Langhorne, Pennsylvania. The sun going down on a great day for Central Bucks West. The Mighty Bucks once again going for the championship next week in Hershey. For our field guy, John Price, for my partner, Tommy White, I'm Bob Friedman. I thank you very much for joining us. Our director was Mike Miller. Audio, Lee Wolf. Graphics, Kim Newell. Camera people, Jeff Kennedy, Terry Colbert, and Denny Lochnan. And for everybody, thanks once again. Final score, Central Bucks West 34, Parkland 7. I'll depart a little bit from my normal finish. We'll see you at the championship game. Good night, everybody.